Well, some of our core values at Michigan State University center around tradition-based education. And tradition meaning a heavy emphasis on the blues, the aesthetic of the blues as a form, and the blues as a feeling. And in addition to that, swing is a central theme that you'll hear throughout all of our lessons, throughout all of our instruction, and throughout all of our bands. And it's a core value that's shared by all of our students as well. They really tie in and really believe in the power of both the blues and the swing. And keeping with that tradition-based education, what that allows students to do is, by studying the great masters of this great art form called jazz, students are able to kind of discover themselves. And in essence, what happens is, like, students start to reveal their own voice, and they find their own meaning and their own place amongst this vast history of great American music called jazz. In terms of curriculum, we study the tradition of the jazz saxophone and its place in history, not only in music, but also in society, in culture, what it means to be a jazz saxophonist around the world, and what some of the great masters of jazz saxophone have given to the art form. So we start at the beginning studying with musicians like Johnny Hodges and Lester Young, Coleman Hawkins and Ben Webster, and we go all the way through contemporary musicians like Chris Potter and Branford Marsalis, Joshua Redman, Marcus Strickland, and we look at really the contributions of everyone, keeping in mind that we really focus on the contributions and the traditions laid down by the musicians like Charlie Parker, Lester Young, Ben Webster, Coleman Hawkins, Johnny Hodges, and really examine the foundation of our art form. And by studying the foundation of jazz saxophone, students are able to identify where they can fit in or which parts of the legacy they want to continue forwards. In addition to being an important force on the musical scene, we also have several students who get into education and dedicate their lives and further their careers by becoming faculty members. We have faculty members in Malaysia, we have faculty members on Ohio State University's faculty, and we have people who are directing jazz studies programs across the country. So our students not only learn about the craft of music, but they learn how to share it, give back to it, and actually practice it in the professional field. Well, I think one of the things that we all understand as faculty members is that in addition to jazz being about music, it's also at its core very much about people. And all the things that go into jazz music, like you think about some of the early jazz musicians, you think about Louis Armstrong and King Oliver, two very important influential figures at the beginning of jazz music. Their relationship was not only as student and mentor, but they also had a kinship. They played in the same ensembles. So that's a tradition that we carry forward. You can see faculty jamming with students, and you can see various faculty holding court and talking with students, and really getting a very direct and very one-on-one relationship. It's very much an inclusive environment, not necessarily an exclusive environment. Our motto is come on home.